he understands. He knows who I should be talking to.
Coon Rapids resident Carol Castle is a mom on a quest. She's spent the past 2 years of her life trying to get a life-saving coin in the hands of every first responder.
This idea came in the middle of the night, 2:30 in the morning.
By the nature of the job, first responders experience more trauma than those in other professions, which leads to higher rates of depression, suicide, and PTSD.
I've had somebody interested in sponsoring a particular sheriff's department. As I'm talking to the sheriff or a captain, I find out they've had suicide.
Castle created the Life Coin after the death of her son Maury, who was a firefighter and took his own life at age 31. After shopping around for a suicide prevention hotline, she had it imprinted on the coin.
The first day when I was making calls, I was so frustrated. It's like I started calling every cop I knew cross country, like, who would you or your chief recommend if you were in crisis? And I started hearing the name Safe Call Now.
Hello, and thank you for calling Safe Call Now. We are a crisis line for first responders and other emergency responders, frontline personnel, and their families. To speak with a peer advocate, please press 1.
So one of the first 2 lives we saved the very first day was from Canada, a firefighter from Canada.
Carol's got heart, and that's one thing that really drew me to her.
Sean Riley founded Safe Call Now and says Carol's work is making a difference.
Those life coins, I mean, you just never know who you're going to touch with those. Because we carry them around with us, and wherever I'm in an airport or something, or I'm out in the city or on the West Coast and I see an officer and hand it, and you'd be surprised, they actually call the hotline. It just works.
With nearly 20,000 coins in circulation in all 50 states and Canada, Castle has added a military coin to help active duty and military veterans.
They need to be in their hands. They need to be able to have them in their pockets so they can talk to someone anonymous that's gone through this process. That's not Army, that's not Navy, that's not going to bite them in.
If you want to know more about Life Coins, check out the website wrestlingforlife.org.
If they want to be a sponsor, that's the easiest way.
I'm Steve Antis reporting for Community Update.
After a 1-month delay, the St. Paul Saints baseball season is underway. The team is on the road this week in Omaha and returns to the Twin Cities next week for their home opener. The big change this year is the team is now a AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. The Saints team manager is Toby Gardenhire, son of former Twins manager Ron Gardenhire. Prior to the Saints' new AAA designation, the team was an independent minor league franchise for 28 seasons. Despite the new affiliation and new team uniforms, a lot will remain the same, including a pig mascot that delivers baseballs to the umpire and other unique fan activities. CTN is proud to be a partner of the Saints Broadcast Network. You can watch 30 of the games this season on local community cable channels across the state, including CTN. Don't miss the home opener on Tuesday, May 11th. Live coverage starts at 7 p.m. The Saints will host the Iowa City Cubs for a 6-game homestand. Here's your City Council recap for Wednesday, May 5th. A plan to bring a full interchange to Highway 610 and East River Road is taking another step forward. On Tuesday night, the City Council awarded a design services contract for consulting services for the project. Currently, there's only a westbound on-ramp and an eastbound off-ramp at East River Road. Up to 3 open houses would be held to gather further input from nearby residents. The city hopes to have a MnDOT-approved layout by next March in order to seek funding for construction. The month of May is a time to honor public works professionals across the country. At this week's council meeting, Mayor Jerry Cook read a proclamation declaring the 3rd full week of May as National Public Works Week in Coon Rapids. This year's theme is Stronger Together, which challenges workers and citizens to think about the role public works plays in creating a great place to live.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
The Coon Rapids Police Department introduced its 4 newest officers this week. They took the oath of office at the City Council meeting on Tuesday night. Officers Greg Nordby, Tyler Sinclair, John Roth, and Sierra Peterson all graduated from the field training program during the pandemic. Loved ones helped pin on their new badges and then posed for photos. Congratulations and welcome aboard. On that note, you can stay up to date on the City Council by checking out the full agendas online at coonrapidsmn.gov. The meetings are also live on cable and streamed on the CTN YouTube channel.
If you were to run just food grade material, you would just get crumbs.
Thanks to a $50,000 grant, the Coon Rapids Recycling Center has moved to permanently accepting food-grade styrofoam containers. Combining the right amount of food-grade and rigid styrofoam makes the perfect mix.
So when we mix it with our standard styrofoam, the two in limited amounts, and with just that right recipe, they'll all adhere together.
This is an example of items that cannot be accepted.
It needs to be clean, which it is, and it needs to be dry, which it is, but it needs to be solid white. And it can't have any printing on it. Egg cartons also have a print on them, and we can't have any of that. So it just has to be solid white material, no print.
The Recycling Center plans to use some of the grant money to buy a forklift, something the city doesn't already own.
We've ordered that up, and then we'll use it here to help us move our blocks and our pallets of foam back and forth.
The future of the program looks bright, finding ways to keep even more styrofoam out of landfills.
We've been really lucky here at the recycling center. If whatever standards we put out there, most people follow them really well.
I'm Steve Antis reporting for Community Update.
A new program has launched to help Minnesotans who are struggling to pay their rent and utility bills due to the pandemic. Rent Help MN will funnel hundreds of millions of dollars in emergency federal aid to those who need it the most.
It's basically meant to assist anyone who is low to moderate in income to help them pay for their rent and their utilities.
Kristen DeGrand is the city's housing programs coordinator. In her role, she's helping spread the word about a new program that could prevent evictions and homelessness.
The rent assistance does cover not only helping you to pay back rent, it also helps you to pay rent going forward, and it also helps to pay utility bills.
The program is similar to one last year, but this time around, applications will be funneled to one state portal under renthelpmn.org. To be eligible, you must earn less than 80% of the median area income. In the Twin Cities, that would be about $78,500 for a family of 4. Rent and utility bills dated on or after March 13, 2020 are eligible. Those who qualify can get up to 15 months of assistance.
This program is very well funded, and the program has been changed, tweaked from last year to make sure that they can qualify and process as many applications as possible. So if you think you might be eligible, if you are in need and you're wondering if you're eligible, I highly encourage you to go to the website.
Again, the website is renthelpmn.org. In addition to renters, landlords are encouraged to register, alert tenants about the program, and get them to apply. One other note, even if you received rent assistance last year, you are eligible to apply again this year. As the weather warms up, more people will be hitting the links. And this season, patrons at Bunker Hills will find some new wheels to help them navigate the golf course.
These are fantastic carts. It's the same type of golf cart we had for the past 6 or 7 years.
The new carts arrived at the golf course last week. Bunker Hills golf pro and manager Tim Anderson says replacement of the 100 cart fleet happens every 4 to 6 years.
There is one additional feature besides the black roof racks and rain guards, which we think look great and aesthetically pleasing. There is a USB port, and that's something that you really can't live without these days. Our old carts didn't have them. Now they do, so people can charge their phones, devices, and plug in their music devices, which has become all the rage in golf now. Folks can put their music on at a reasonable volume, of course.
With brand new batteries, the carts can last an entire day on the course. They are then charged overnight, ready for use the next morning.
Quite a few golfers already today mentioned, oh man, great ride, I'm so excited to drive these, and we thank them for helping pay for them, of course, because it's the user fees that do pay for these golf carts.
As for the course itself, golfers at Bunker Hills will notice subtle changes with tee markers and the addition of some benches. Staff at the course say they look forward to a busy season ahead.
You know, I just want to say, to everybody who's wondering, hey, golf looks like something I might want to try. Please come up to Bunker Hills and let us know you're interested in getting into golf. We'll show you the ropes, and we'll show you around. It's a fantastic facility. Of course, I'm biased. It's the City of Coon Rapids facility, and we're here to bring as many folks in and have them enjoy the place as possible.
Some hydrants take 15 minutes, some hydrants take 5 minutes.
This week, the Coon Rapids Utilities Department began their springtime flushing of fire hydrants in the city. Sean Nelson is the utilities superintendent.
What we're doing is cleaning up impurities that are in the water from over the winter. Water gets kind of stagnant. We can get some iron, magnesium, iron that's in the water a little bit too. That's kind of that brownish tint that you see in the water.
Nelson says, despite the color, the water is safe to drink. Each year, utility crews flush half of the city's hydrants. Using Highway 10 as a dividing line, this year the focus is on hydrants which fall on the north side.
We're going through roughly about a little over 1,600 to 1,700.
They use a systematic approach when it comes to flushing hydrants. Starting near the city's East Water Treatment Plant, they'll move from the hydrants on larger water lines to smaller ones.
Because we want to pull that water, that clean water, out to those sources on the outer reaches of the city.
Due to the number of hydrants, the work will take crews through next week to get the job done. The City of Coon Rapids performs the annual maintenance to maintain its high water quality. And to residents who may notice brown water running from their tap, Nelson offers this advice.
If you run it for 5 minutes or something, 10 minutes, it should clean up. It just depends upon if you maybe were using your service at the time and it pulled that water when the guys were flushing and maybe it got a little brown water. It needs to clean out of your service line coming in, and with a small tap on your faucet, it might take a little longer.
I'm Steve Antis reporting for Community Update.
Here's your City Council recap for Wednesday, April 21st. More than 6 miles of residential streets will be reconstructed this summer. On Tuesday night, the City Council awarded contracts for the reconstruction projects, which are estimated to cost $10.4 million. Residents benefiting from the improvements are assessed a portion of the cost. A map outlining the construction areas can be found on the city's website. Also Tuesday night, the City Council awarded a contract for trail improvement projects at Riverdale Park and Thorpe Park. The Riverdale project involves more than a quarter-mile of trail reconstruction. At Thorpe Park, the trail reconstruction is 950 linear feet. New pedestrian ramps will also be installed. Work is expected to take place in June and July. The city is allowing some local businesses impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic to continue temporary outdoor dining into the fall. This week, the City Council approved the temporary expansion of the liquor license for Leonard's Bar and Grill for outdoor dining through October 31st. At the previous meeting, the City Council did the same thing for Texas Roadhouse and TGI Fridays. More improvements are in store for the East Water Treatment Plant. The City Council has accepted plans and authorized going out for bids on a project involving upgrades to the heating and ventilation system. Earlier this month, the City Council awarded a contract for rehabilitation of the 5.5 million gallon ground reservoir. And that's some of the latest actions by the Coon Rapids City Council. You can stay up to date by checking out the full agendas online at coonrapidsmn.gov. The meetings are also live on cable and streamed on the CTN YouTube channel.